What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 270. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
We're crawling out of a weird ass wound to get to Adam.
Are we not?
Man.
Men.
All right.
Man, if only.
So, where y'all want to start?
Well, A24.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like other movies got to me before this one. And because like this movie was easy to, in a way, to kind of pick up some of what was getting put down. And yeah, like it was, I mean, there were some legitimately good parts, but okay, agree or not, the first 45 minutes of this movie is a slog. But then the last, 30, 20 minutes, this movie goes off the fucking deep end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, I felt like it had very good pacing because, like, the movie opens and you kind of see like what they keep referencing over and over again, which is like the relationship and what happened in those moments where the relationship literally fell apart. You know what I mean? And then you kind of get, you get a good idea of like what she's trying to do, and then how it all culminates together because like there's these little things that happen, like her first interactions with the dude whenever she gets there. Dude was being nice, but he was very creepy in a
when he
nice
said
way.
the thing about the forbidden fruit.
Yes,
Well, never mind the fact that coming into the place, she's already pretty wrecked right now.
Yeah.
My thing is that like the part that like probably fucked with her the most, of course, was probably as he's falling, they make eye contact.
Yeah.
Because that would fuck with me, maybe. I don't know.
That scene where she was screaming and you see her falling. And then you see, like, I don't know if she ever went and looked at him, but it shows her like walking up and there's no one around. So it's like memory. It's a memory.
Yeah.
But you can see him laying there with his arm in that thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, his foot's all fucked up.
Yeah. This movie is like somebody burned a James Brown song into a movie script. Like, this is a man's world, because that was probably the most played for horror part of the film, was that there was really nothing she could do.
Yeah.
For instance, when it happens several times throughout the movie, she's talking with someone about whatever, and they'll go, well, why, because like at the beginning with him being like, I'll kill myself, like the whole gaslighting shit.
Yeah.
Well, later on, when she goes to that church,
Mm-hmm.
the pastor's talking to her, and she's kind of like, unloading some baggage there too. And he goes, well, why didn't you let him apologize?
Yeah. Well, she left out the part too where he was like, I'll kill myself. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. She left that part out, It's the guilty conscience,
Yeah.
Well, there was there's a quote that gets said at one point that I think was from like the Iliad.
By that vicar towards the end?
Which says Agamemnon or whatever.
I was wondering what that was from.
And after the movie went off, me and the oldest did some digging on that. Excuse me. And apparently it's the concept that like if beauty can't be won, it'll just, if beauty will either cause something to destroy in competition to get it, or it in turn will kill itself.
Yeah.
Which was kind of why the guy was like, whenever he was like, so where's the husband? And he kind of was like, what the fuck? When she was like, I'm single,
Yeah.
And funny enough, something I called was the big shock and awe scene where the dude comes out and starts giving birth and like Russian dolls, fetuses up to where she's at, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When by this point in the movie, I've fully picked up what's been put down,
Mhm.
and so I'm watching it through that lens, and I was like, I wonder if that means like indoctrination, like the reason men are the way they are is because of how we're raised. You know, like the generational thing of like, you know, if you're raised by somebody who has whatever inclination, you're more than likely going to have that inclination too. And that was supposed to symbolize that type of thing. And
Right.
when we did our deep dive on that fucking quote, they pulled that up and they had saw that too, and I was like, pat on the back.
Yeah. Well, and I think that there's a lot of symbolism there in that particular moment because I did a little deep diving on the face, whenever she
Yeah,
goes in the
the
church.
the Greek mythology shit, because I was like, what's up with this fucking
The
altar,
fucking
man?
Green Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, and I did a little investigation, a little digging on that, and basically, like, the guy, like, the Green Knight guy is, like, rebirth. It symbolizes rebirth and rejuvenation,
like
and then the
fertility in a way, because that's how I took it.
well, the he that symbolized rebirth. It was like nature, rebirth, so it dies, it comes back, and then the woman on the other side of it, like, with her tits hanging out
The
and all that
Diddler.
stuff. Yeah.
Like a fucking Aztec Cannibal Corpse album cover.
Yeah, and that was like a symbolism for, rejuvenation and, like, oh, what is it called? Rejuvenation and, something I can't remember what else it was. So, basically, it's like both of these things were kind of working in harmony with one another, and the way that I took it and from reading what those things meant was, like, all of the men that she had contact with in this village were all different extreme versions of what would be considered toxic masculinity, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
had
the fact that they all basically look the same, because there was a moment where, uh, where where one of the kids was like, they're the same. They look like the same guy,
Yeah. Well, when
yeah,
you see the kid, it's like,
and
oh, they're for all. They're sure they're the same guy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I kind of yeah. That was some of the
I
early
mean, they're
moments where
not,
I
but they
started.
are. At
Well, it's
least in
like
her head.
yeah, in her head at this point, all men are the same.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hence why when the knife scene happens, they all have the same
Yeah.
arm. Like she's
mhm,
looking
How
at them all
fucked
through the
up was
same.
that?
That was
yeah,
intense, dude.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
And they did it slowly. That's what fucked with me.
yeah. But yeah, the symbolism that I picked up on it there towards the end of it was like, okay, so you've got the guys birthing one another, and I like where you're coming from, Travis, but the way that I took it was like, okay, so this is like her dealing with all of the different versions of men that she's had to deal with in her life, such as her relationship with that guy, her relationship with her father, her relationship with like probably like coworkers and just general public assholes. Like the priests kind of symbolize that like
Yeah.
the lust and all that kind of stuff. And like the rebirth of all that happening or the birth of all that happening, it's like, okay, so the one birth happens, that individual dies, what comes next? And it's
Yeah.
kinda like goes it kinda goes with what you're saying, Trav, but in a different kind of way where it
Yeah.
symbolizes men as a whole as opposed to like you're a product of your environment type deal. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it could mean both at the same time though too, because like whenever the car wreck happens and dude walks around the corner, like he's already had his hand split and his ankle's fucked up, looks like the husband, right? Like towards
Yeah.
the whenever she's seen him out there.
It's like that memory was slowly starting to come forward.
Yeah, and then, them having the conversation on the couch and then her deciding that in that moment, like, like, you don't see enough of their relationship to, like, really sit there and pinpoint, like,
Like,
who's
why were
right and
they
who's
getting,
wrong.
why were they getting
Exactly.
separated? Like, that was yeah.
Yeah.
Was he like a bad
So
guy? We know he hit her that one time, but
yeah, but you don't get enough information because, like, I
Well,
mean, I'm not condoning, like,
yeah.
violence or anything, but,
yeah.
like, That could have been a
Well,
What was
reactionary
like, did
one
she
song.
cheat on him? Did she,
well,
did he cheat on her?
yeah.
Like, what
Well,
happened?
one of the things that I think the opening of the movie was starting on was probably the evidence they wanted us to go off of, in that, like, the husband was manipulative. He was
Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda trying to steer things around in that direction, like, the the basic argument,
yeah,
if you will, of what this movie's message is conveying,
yeah,
and I think that's it. But, yeah, it would have been interesting if maybe there had been that little more drama injected, to where we had more concrete, well, how we're like more character development for both of them, rather than her experiencing the trauma being it.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if she's at that point in the relationship where she's done with it, like, is it is it exactly what like what you're saying? Like, what has been the chain of events that have led up to this? How long have they been together? What's the context of this relationship? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if
Or,
they haven't been together but like maybe 4 or 5 years, then like this dude's
or for the
completely overreacting, you know, like
for the sake of argument here, it could simply just be because she has the right to not be in the relationship if she doesn't want to be in it, and
yeah,
we're supposed to run with that.
And he's willing to go as
Now,
far to be like, I'll kill myself if you leave. It's like, dude, that's
yeah,
fucked up, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and there was that scene where he straight punched her in the face whenever
yeah,
takes her phone. So perhaps maybe there was some sort of domestic abuse or something.
yeah.
But I guess none of that really is. I mean, by the end of this movie, none of that matters. I guess because this is like it goes all Greek, weird headroom.
dude, when he blew that stuff in her face, I was like, oh, it's an ayahuasca trip,
Yeah,
Dude.
You just come
How
right.
here to
how
get your head clear.
how uniquely pinhead did they have that motherfucker looking?
Yeah, right. But
Um, but I mean, moving on from the story though, classic A24 film, cinematography makes me want to go walk down a fucking trail, dude.
yeah,
Like, I mean, everything looked good. Like the place, like the tunnel was creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just I don't know. The these movies are known for their atmosphere and all of that stuff. And some people may see it outplayed. I can't seem to get enough of it personally.
yeah.
I think the movie looked great.
That the movie looked great, the acting was phenomenal,
Oh,
the
that dude did a
cinematography
great
was
job.
yeah. I enjoyed the story. I enjoy watching someone deal with trauma in this way
Yeah.
because, like, me and Adam was talking about it before, and he brought up a fucking incredible point. It's like people normally deal with trauma in their own head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And a lot of movies, you see that trauma brought to life in some way, especially like horror movies and stuff, but I haven't seen it brought in a way like this.
Like, play out like that.
Yeah, because, like, she went to this place because she had already paid for it and everything, and her goal was to try to get over everything and to, like, find herself again, and she fucking did
She
it,
did
dude.
it, man.
Even though that it was a fucked up way to, like, go through all this shit, like, nobody really died, like, there was no
Yeah.
real body count, there was nothing like that, it was
well,
just her dealing with it in her head, and that's how she dealt with it.
yeah, and it can show you how, not just from the character's perspective, but just like I guess the relatability for anybody going through some shit like that, where it's a shit show in your head for a while,
Yeah,
and you have. But I guess the best part about it though is, like y'all were saying, she came out. She the only way out is through,
If you
yeah,
and
remember, she kept
yeah,
running from it. And so
yeah,
all
yeah.
she had to do was face it.
yeah, and she was forced to face it.
Yeah. It made her.
Well, I mean, where it culminates at the end, where her husband is birthed, and he comes and sits down, and to me, that's when it was like, all right, I get it now.
Yeah,
And
Did y'all notice? Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna cap it by saying she just sits there and talks it out.
Yeah.
Did y'all notice? Remember whenever she's like, "Fuck it, I'm leaving," right?
Mhm.
You see her run through that door like
Twice.
several. Yeah, well, she runs
Yeah.
through, pulls the ring off, runs through again, and then. But I think there may have been another one. It's like, how many times did she try to run away from it?
Yeah.
And then the car
Yeah.
gets. She clearly crashed the car. I mean,
Yeah.
had to be her, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you don't even know how long she was trying to. It's like, now you're gonna have to
Mhm.
face these demons, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, it's definitely. It seems like maybe the filmmakers' approach. It was like they were like, let's do a classic descent into madness, but the madness is already full swing.
Yeah.
We're not going to get to a build up. We're going to get to where just, we're going to let the audience start seeing when shit starts acting up.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the way they did the lights and having people come in and out,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
and the way they would walk on the way, like the way the scarred up guy, the way he would just walk on in the distance,
Yeah.
like
That was creepy.
Yeah, that
When
stuff's
he
good,
started
man. That
running
stuff
through that
works.
tunnel, dude, and the noise that he made.
Oh,
Yeah.
when
Because
that
the noise he made didn't sound like it was human.
well, when
No.
he that to me that's a personal irrational fear I have, I guess, is just being anywhere and someone's like somewhere like at a distance and then
Yeah.
they just take off at you. That's fucking weird.
When the guy come running up to the door, the guy from the bar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
his hand was fucked up. I was over here like, man, what is happened? The kid.
Yeah.
It's like,
I just thought it
wow.
was so strange that they just continuously kept the hand split.
Yeah.
Like they
Dude,
made like that
when
was
the priest put it around her neck, I was
yeah.
like, that looks uncomfortable,
Yeah. Right.
And then
Man,
like the way that he
yeah.
pushed her. See, we don't know like what kind of trauma this person had, but it was like, did something happen like that? I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
she's definitely
Exactly.
had somebody, And the
Yeah.
one guy was saying it like, you clearly, your way around a cock, And it was like, easy,
Yeah.
dude. I mean,
Yeah.
supposed to be a
Maybe
vicar,
she
man.
does. Yeah.
He was like, fucking, it's singing to me the stones. And I was
Yeah.
like,
It's like
easy.
easy.
You need some
Yeah.
Pornhub or something, dude.
Right.
Yeah. For real, dude. God damn.
Abstinence is not working out for you, man.
That actor did
Yeah.
such a great job playing all these different.
Yeah.
Trav, have you seen Our Flag Means Death?
No, but I've been
Oh,
wanting to.
he plays the bad guy in it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
straight comedy, but in this, like, I think his name's like Rory something, Keener maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rory Keener. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's a theater actor.
Quick review though. Is it worth it?
To watch
Our
it?
flag means death.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude. Hilarious. Taika
So
Waititi was a producer on it, and he stars on it. He plays Blackbeard, the pirate.
I'm trying to line something else up to watch because I'm.
It's on
about done with
HBO,
what I'm
dude. You will
currently
burn
doing.
through that so fast.
Heard.
So good.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm gonna.
one thing I've got to catch up on is Letterkenny. I have
Same.
let that show. I've let that show pile up, man. Because
Yeah. Me too.
I rewatched those first 3 seasons forever back when they were on Crackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was like, dude, Letterkenny was the shit. It's still a funny show. I don't know why I dropped off of it. Other shit came up.
Well, it was
But
one of
I've
those
always
things for a
enjoyed it.
time where it was released in weird places and you couldn't get,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like it's on Hulu. I don't have Hulu,
I know
On
one
Crackle.
thing for the fans of the show that are in the know and you happen to ever put yourself around it, man. It's got like office
Oh, it's
level
like, it's so
quotability.
quotable. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The fucking vascular horizon.
The
Was it? Is that what he said?
This man of
seminal
puppers.
vesicles.
That's it.
But yeah, man, it's. I liked what Garland was going for.
Oh yeah. And one
Like,
thing see that's another thing that shocked me. Whenever I completely forgot Garland did this film. And then when the movie went off and I saw
Name
the
pops up.
directed by, dude, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
okay, yeah. Because man, I just remember when I was younger, I watched The Beach, and I had no idea what the fuck I was watching, dude.
I don't think
All
I've seen that.
all I remember is Leonardo DiCaprio running through the jungle like a video game, and it's just like shit is off the deep end.
Yeah.
I guarantee you've seen it, Griffin. It's one of those movies, man, that when you probably start watching it, you're like, I remember this shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Leo.
yeah. Leo.
Once you see the front cover of it, because I think it's like Leonardo DiCaprio looking up a waterfall, and it's like the beach.
He's always looking up my waterfall, dude.
I mean, dude, hey, he drew Kate Winslet naked. He
Yeah.
can look up all the waterfalls, I reckon.
No ordinary feat. But yeah, man, I really, really enjoyed this. I think, like, if I had to look at Alex Garland's like filmography real quick, just based off the stuff that we've done on the pod itself, definitely gonna have to say that I enjoyed this more than Annihilation.
Oh yeah,
Like, I really enjoyed it, you know?
See,
yeah.
that's where I've gotta
I just like the weirdness of it. I don't
like
see that a
here.
lot.
Here's my thing. Annihilation had just as much weirdness too, man.
Yeah.
Like whenever they were over there and as they got closer to where the thing was at and like the terraforming of the world and stuff, I don't know. It pulls at the
Oh,
sci-fi
that
fan
one.
in
Yeah,
me
yeah.
hard, man. Like now, granted, and maybe it's just because I'm coming off a fresh watch. Like this movie was more engaging, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I can barely even remember what the fuck Annihilation was about, other than there was an
I
alien,
remember that
the shit
alien
was
at the end that was
terraforming.
walking
Like,
all
yeah,
weird. That was just real
yeah.
creepy. Slender
Yeah,
Man.
So
because
there was a
yeah.
level of forgettability to Annihilation.
And it was on
I feel like
Netflix.
I'm gonna remember the fuck out of this movie for sure,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah, you
after
don't
that
forget that
ending.
last 20 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for
So
sure.
yeah, yeah, it's the better movie. I concede.
I mean, Annihilation is not a bad film at all, but like there's more because that's based off of a novel that he didn't write. You know, he was a novelist before he became a screenwriter, you know?
Yeah.
And that was based off of something that he didn't write. So he took that and interpreted it his fucked up Alex Garland way, you know, and I don't mean that in a bad way or
No.
anything. But I would like to read the source material because I feel like it felt like there was something missing in Annihilation. And
What
whenever I
what
watched
was what was the show he did recently that we watched?
Devs, I haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet, but yeah.
Man, dude,
Yeah, I was telling him before, I was like, that's worth the Google, dude.
it's worth bumping up somewhere in the list, man. Like it's
Yeah.
good.
It's like
It's
4
very good.
episodes. Yeah.
It's very it tries to be very deep. It gets kind of deep. Uh man, just if you're not sucked in by the time the opening character
Yeah.
does some shit,
It's
you
over.
yeah, like, you're probably not gonna enjoy the movie
Yeah.
or the show, but
Yeah.
I feel like you will. I feel like you'll see that scene and be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
What I've noticed about Garland, dude, is he likes to leave a lot of stuff open for interpretation.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even like Ex
Absolutely.
Machina, like earlier when I was like, did she push him out that fucking window? And it's like, well, she didn't, but she
She
did.
did.
Yeah.
Like,
Guilty
the movie
conscience.
is throwing, metaphors like a card dealer in Vegas, man, like, it's
Yeah.
just he's
Hit me.
fucking just yeah, man, so, absolutely.
Yeah, man. I really liked it though. Like I was telling Adam last night, I'm like, dude, I'm like, the last fucking 20 minutes of that movie gets so goddamn fucking off the rails. Like the whole
That was
time
an
I was mouth
understatement, dude. Like
And I mean,
for real.
And I
Yeah.
will say
When that
something
thing
this
laid
movie.
down and opened its legs, and that I was like, "What?"
Well, I'm sitting there watching the movie, and I'm seeing the altar. It keeps coming on
Yeah.
screen. It keeps doing its thing,
Yeah,
and and then the minute I see dude step out and he looks like the thing on
he's
the
got the
altar, I
same
was like,
thing. Yeah,
in my mind, I'm like, dude, we're about to see some birthing because it kept cutting to the picture of the fertility
yeah, the woman
image.
and then the face.
Yeah, she's clearing a path, man. So like, I'm sitting there like, we're probably gonna get that too,
Yeah.
and boy, did we.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say this movie also managed to do something that hasn't I feel like hasn't been done in a while, and that's explore the amount of shit this movie does in under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, an
Right.
hour
Jesus.
40.
That's tip of
Yeah.
the hat on the editing team for that, man. Like, like, Garland and his editor they went the distance and delivered. Like, that's how you execute a heavy thought, thinking movie into an hour and a half, like, horror film.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the way, like, you've got A24 over here doing what they're doing, and you got Bloomhouse doing what they're doing. And how is it that fucking A24 has been able to consistently put out way better horror movies than Bloomhouse?
Yeah,
Well well, to be honest, though, A24, there's a box, man, for them, and a lot of their movies, as good as they are, they don't leave that box,
Yeah.
and it's a tried and true formula, so that consistency is guaranteed. But Blumhouse, on the other end, though, man, I can't tell you. When was the last good one we reviewed? Do you remember?
They did the 2018 Halloween?
the one where he kills everybody in the bus.
No, the Danny McBride.
Yeah,
Oh, they
that's it.
did that?
Yeah,
Oh, you
that
said
Blumhouse
Halloween.
did that. Yeah.
Okay, well then, I mean,
I mean, they've
that
done
one's.
good horror movies, but, like, I don't know, man. It feels to me
I
like
I feel like Blumhouse is like the B movie
the direct to
distribution.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whereas A24 is kind of getting up there
Oh,
and like it's.
art house. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even
Kinda.
call it. I mean, you could definitely try to label it art house for sure. I feel like a lot of people would fight us tooth and nail over that,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's heavily metaphorical films. I mean, I don't know how you get any more or less artistic than that, or
Yeah.
more artistic than that, than crossing over into animation.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, man. It's like whenever you watch something like this, whenever you watch something like The Lighthouse, Midsummer, and all this kind of stuff, like you can watch it as a straightforward, cut and dry fucking horror film, and you can be appreciative of that, or you can dive deeper into exactly what the meaning and the metaphors are and get more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's layered.
I think that's a great transition into what I was gonna make a comment on at some point. Um, Me and the oldest were debating the movie and talking about it and everything, and I was like, this movie can be viewed in two different perspectives. One of them is like you said it beautifully. You said it's just a cut and dry horror film. If you and to me, a lot of people are going to go that route, and a lot of people are not going to like the movie
Yeah.
because even though the movie has metaphors and reasons for it and all of that, a lot of people are also very much going to shut that shit off.
Right. Yeah.
That's the way the world is right now.
Once the
But
pussy opens, they're shutting it off, dude.
oh, well, I mean, and I mean, let's just be real here. A lot of people are going to shut it off too when they're like, "Oh, fuck, guys, that's the theme of this movie."
Yeah.
All men are the
Because
same.
it's that shallow thinking attitude's going to obviously come through and affect their judgment on it. Or you can look at it through the perspective of like a deeply, a complex movie that's got different layers. There's reasons to all this shit. There's reasons to the imagery that we're getting and all of that. And the art house aspect of the movie kicks in.
Yeah.
And I think that's the two that's the two different mindsets that you got to think about before watching this movie. Because as great as it is, not a movie I would recommend to people. Like you're gonna have to find this one on your own.
Yeah, right.
This is like I wouldn't just drop this in someone's lap and go, "Hey, we'll watch a good, a good creepy movie." I'd be like, "That's something you gotta have watched a few others before you get to this one." And maybe that's an argument for some, but I feel like it's just because it is so visually weird and unusual,
I only know
not
one
because of the
person I'd
film's
recommend it
message.
to, just because I know they like fucking weird shit, you know?
Curtis.
Dude, he would not like this movie at all. He'd be like, "What?
Yeah.
Is she crazy? Is this all a dream?" It's like, "No, dude."
Watch it, bitch. Shut up. But I mean, dude, I gotta give it a full star.
I mean, yeah, I mean, in a weird hypocritical way, saying I couldn't recommend it to people. I have to give it a star too because it is a good
Yeah,
movie, man.
I give it a
Yeah.
star.
Solid movie all around. Wasn't expecting the movie I got,
Yeah.
but wasn't bothered by it.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah.
Please, Garland, I'd like some more.
Yes. Whatever he's working on Civil War, dude. Like he's working on a Civil War film. It's in post production right now. It's
Oh
got
man, it's gonna be the Americans' version of a field in England
yeah.
where they're all tripping on shrooms in a battlefield.
He's writing and directing it. It's got Kirsten Dunst in it, starring. So plot under wraps. That's what it says.
I don't
And then
did we review a field in England?
I haven't seen that.
Okay, well, it's a weird movie. I'll leave it at that. I mean, I explained what it basically was: is soldiers in England fucking tripping out on shrooms and fucking just they don't leave that goddamn field for 2 hours.
right.
But but it's an odd one. Like it's I think it's an early A24 movie. I think maybe not. I don't know, but it's definitely got the same atmosphere. It's sit on the same shelf with all the others.
Yeah. So fucking Stranger Things. I finished Stranger Things, guys. Finally.
Hell yeah. Chrissy,
Finally.
wake up.
I don't like this. Chrissy,
Chrissy,
wake
wake up.
up. Oh, so finally finished Stranger Things, dude. I knuckled it out, man. Like I was my plan was to finish it over the weekend. Things did not happen that way, unfortunately, but I fucking powered through it Sunday and Monday. Finished it, and I mean, I don't mean power through it in a
Yeah,
negative
because it
way. I mean
wasn't a
that
chore.
no,
Well,
that
I
last
mean,
episode's like 3 hours long.
well, I mean, come on. Upside, inside out, dude. Vecna's living La Vida Loca, dude. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
right.
I mean,
So good.
Yeah,
uh,
so good.
I waited for a week because I was like,
oh,
man, I want to talk about him playing Master of Puppets so bad.
Yeah,
I had the bar set extremely low on this season. I don't know if we have it in recording, but I've said it several times that I thought this season was gonna suck. It was gonna be the beginning of the end for sure.
right. I mean, it
I
kinda
mean,
will.
yeah, in a roundabout way for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
But, like in terms of like quality, I figured it was the like this was gonna
You
be the
didn't know you were
beginning
getting the
of
best season.
yeah,
oh man.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool that if we have one metal song that's gonna show up in Stranger Things, it was very, very cleverly used as, the way they use Master of Puppets and everything, and the
yeah,
way, everyone's puppeting each other. It's
Yeah.
all fucking but that I liked how straight Goonies fucking Dustin and Eddie went on that damn trailer, man.
Yeah.
Chicken wire, boards on the
yeah,
windows. Fucking that shit ain't gonna fucking stand up against those bats.
yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I want to ask you this, Griffin, because I talked to Corey about it. Uh, with when it shows Vecna or Warren or whatever Henry, whatever the fuck you want to call him, when so 11 basically blasted his ass into the Forgotten Realms. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Um, so okay, like, and we talked about this the other night. So if we're gonna put this in like relation to D&D, like, and this is what I talked to Corey about, like big time. So you've got the prime material plane, which is Earth, and then you have the Feywild and the Shadowfell. The upside down is like the Shadowfell. It's like a mirrored universe, like the material plane is, but it's a fucked up version of it. And then you have the Feywild, which is the exact same thing, but it is like nature a natured version of that. It's beautiful, it's all bright, colorful. Like this is like what would happen in your world if like nature took control and the residents of that universe allowed nature to do its thing and they just kind of lived in harmony with it. And the creatures in the Feywild are fucked up, just like the creatures in the Shadowfell or Shadowfell are fucked up. And that's how I always looked at it. And I asked Corey, I said, so when are they going to make this comparison or this parallel? Because it's got to happen at some point. You've got Vecna, you've got the Mind Flayer, you've got the Demogorgon or Demogorgon, whatever you call it. You've got all these different like little D&D things. This is a direct comparison to that. It's their world, but it's a more fucked up version of their world. And then like in D&D, there's like,
Because that shot of him observing the Mind Flayer was
yeah,
fucking awesome. That whole sequence of him explaining, like, "I explored this world, I just walked the fuck around," basically, like,
yeah,
but the way he did it with the fucking, eloquence of a villain, and so, I was sitting there, like, watching that shit, and I was like, "He's there," like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like, Stranger Things is Dungeons& and Dragons, the TV show.
Yeah, like modern day version of that for sure. And that's the thing, like there's portals like in D&D, if you run a world like this, there's like areas that you can like walk through or walk into and it will take you to the Shadowfell. It will take you to the Underdark or it will take you to the Feywild or whatever, wherever you're
Well, is
going.
is that the void the Elle goes to when she's in the tank?
So, well, I've always to me that's kind of like the Underdark, which is like below Earth. It's not a different dimension, it's just an extension of, like, this reality, but it's like this just massive cavernous underground world, and I've always kind of viewed it like that, where she's at, like, when she does the thing. But see, this is the thing, and this is what I told the guys the other night, it's like, I'm gonna have to do a little refresher, because I was under the impression that whenever she was using her abilities to do that in this, like, black water world thing that she's got going on, that
No.
that was an extension of the Upside Down,
I think it was an extension of the Mind Flayer.
and that's, basically what Corey said the other night too, and I could see that because, like, first of all, how did they get these powers? And if the Mind Flayer is, like, the conduit where these
Well
powers come from.
well, I'm thinking it's more of like a symbiotic relationship. Like 11 and 1 are they're both successful versions of whatever Brenner's experiments were. They were both
Yeah,
gifted, well, they both got exposed to the upside down in a not one didn't until 11, you know, 11 was the superior one all along, but they were the same because
yeah,
every hero story ever, their opposite is their enemy. And
yeah,
so, they both were equally matched in their capabilities. They both did the same stuff. 11 was just 11's like Gohan from Dragon Ball, just gotta be pushed a little harder.
yeah,
And I always looked at it as like because part of the thing that confirmed it for me, at least, was when it's that shot again of him exploring the upside down when he sees the mind flayer and what we know of the mind flayer and the fact that he can trace you in the overworld without having to step through. We
yeah,
saw it at the very end of season 2 when he's just, when he's hovering above the school in the upside down where they're having the dance at.
yeah, yeah.
So I was thinking, and the way they ended up doing it at the end of the show was that they showed that both of them are able to connect to the mind flayer. Vecna had refined that by being able to straight like tentacle matrix inject into it. That's how he was able to, you know, fuck with people in the real world and
Yeah.
subsequently possess them.
Right.
And 11 was able to do the same. And when 11 closed the gate at the end of season 3, she lost her power, she severed her connection to the mind flayer,
Yeah.
which adds to the idea that he's the conduit. But one could argue that she could still do stuff. She just kind of has a bit of power amnesia, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But whenever she comes back to Brenner at the end, and the last two episodes of of volume 1 taking place inside her mind and dealing with all of that and realizing who Henry is and Vecna and all that stuff, that reestablishes her link to the mind flayer
Yeah.
and kind of uses that power to be able to go all Inception in the Upside Down.
Right. Well, and I think Dirt Lord's got a really good theory though.
Oh, the one
Dude.
I saw. Well, I actually saw this online. It was something that was
Okay.
going around,
Yeah.
but there's some source material out there. So 11's mother was in this fucking, MK Ultra shit and got pregnant while she was there. Well, in the source material, she got pregnant from one of the people that was working there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, number one would be around the right age.
Yeah.
To sleep with her. And if that is his kid, it would make sense that, because Brenner just wanted the baby.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah.
did whatever he could to get the baby. Why do you want that baby so bad? Like,
Yeah.
Or did they like artificially inseminate her with one? Like,
I mean,
to
yeah.
try to make it, because one had obviously he had already done some bad shit. He had that thing in him. Like he was,
Well,
he was kind of just stuck there.
There is a part near the end there where it's when he's about to kill Max for the second time, and
He's like, I just wanted
pinned
to
up
be
against
me
the
and
wall.
you. I thought it was going to be us.
He said at one point, I wanted you by my side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a connection with her. And if that comes out, like, it's like, you're his daughter,
Yeah.
like, oh, goddamn, you're going to have to kill him too. Like,
yeah. So, and I just Googled it. Like, how old is number one? So, in 1979, it says if Henry Creel was 12 in 1959, that means when audiences see him again in 79, posing as the kind orderly, he is around 32 years old.
yeah.
And
So he would have
11
been
was,
around. Yeah.
he'd have been like 25.
Yeah.
He'd have been between 20 and 25 years old.
That could have been one of the reasons why he got in trouble too. He fucked one of the patients.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he did something because they put that thing in him,
Mm-hmm.
in case he acted up.
That power dampener thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I like that idea. If they go with that idea, I like that. Because it makes sense,
It
like
does.
she's already faced off against Papa like fucking so many times,
Uh-huh.
and it's like that's her weird experimental daddy. Then you've got Vecna that could possibly be her real daddy.
Wouldn't it be very Stranger Things in terms of like referencing pop culture if the biggest twist of the show was an absolute Empire Strikes Back sequence?
Yeah, I
where,
mean that.
like, I'm your father.
Yeah, that would be fucking incredible, dude.
I
But
mean,
like,
it could work. I mean, I could get behind it.
yeah, and then that would give her full like she's got Vecna the fucked up dad that she didn't know she had. She's got Papa the fucked up quote unquote dad that she had in the lab, and then she's got Hopper, who
Yeah.
is like the most father figure that she's really ever had, but has no relation to her whatsoever. Just found the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of was stuck with her more or less. You know what I mean? Like
Well, man,
so.
let's talk about Hopper for a second. You can't you can train Hopper to be Hellboy, but you can't take the Hellboy out of Hopper.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Like,
Goddamn.
when he held that sword, I was like, "Dude, he's fucking Hellboy as fuck right now."
Yeah. His
That's
his arc was so like, he's always been my favorite character in the show.
Dude, can we give a round of applause to his calcium levels?
Yeah,
Because
right.
that broken foot, man, he hobbled on that bitch for a minute. And
Yeah.
I get it, adrenaline, blah blah blah, but like still, it's like, dude, by the time they get to the peanut butter warehouse, he's fucking just striding on in. I'm like, dude,
Yuri.
I'm like, this dude did not just have all these really like the and here's something too about the show. The scenes with him having to remove the shackle from around his broken foot
Yeah.
made me cringe more than any of Vecna's kills.
Yeah, right.
Just because that was so real, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could imagine somebody being a POW or something and they're like, fuck this, I'm out of here,
Yeah.
fuck my ankle,
That's how
crush
bad
it
it
Yeah,
with a
was there.
rock. Yeah. So
yeah. So, what theories do you have going forward?
I think in order for everything to get restored, 11's probably gonna have to die
Yeah,
Both of them.
because the only way to remove the threat is to remove everything.
yeah,
And I don't I don't think she'll get murdered or anything, but I feel like it'll be a sacrificial death. She'll
Well, like,
she'll give her
she
life
goes
to
out
save
killing Vecna,
Hawkins.
maybe
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
destroying the mind flare, sever the connection completely, and
yeah,
somehow, oh, what's his name? Their little buddy with
Will.
his tucked in shirt. Yeah, so he's still connected to it.
yeah. And that's all right. So
The
I think
goosebumps.
Will.
El-
Yeah.
11's gonna die. I think Will's gonna die. I think that okay, before we go any further, where do you like what do you think's going on with Max?
Uh she's probably gonna have, how Will was kind of the focus of character that gets hijacked by the upside down. I think Max has very much taken that position
She's
now.
held hostage.
Yeah, the upside down's still gonna kind of come for her, Vecna or whomever. If there's gonna be a one final addition to the Rogues Gallery. Um, but yeah, I think she's taking that. But she's also pretty fucked up right now too. Like,
Yeah,
'cause even though she survived, uh, that leg and arm though.
yeah, I know. Well, I think that she's trapped in Vecna's head. I think that like whatever the fuck he was doing, like I think that she because whenever 11 tried to get with her, like try to reach
She
out to
just
her in the
wasn't
hospital,
there.
yeah, she wasn't there. I think that she's somehow stuck in Vecna's memories.
Well, you said it the
So
other night. What did Papa say about him? He takes everything,
yeah, he takes everything, your
all of you.
memories, your soul, your essence, like he takes all
So
of it.
So
she's
he
more
would
or
have
less
to
split
die
in
for her
half
to
right
be
now. Yeah.
released.
Yeah,
So
I would
she'll
think.
yeah. So she'll probably be comatose.
until
But
the end of the season next season. Yeah,
well, I mean that sets her up to be the Deus Ex
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happens. Like
yeah,
they're gonna be fighting. They're gonna be another mind. There'll be mind fight round two,
yeah,
obviously. Um, and right when you think that 11's about to die, what part of Max is in his head is gonna stop him. And maybe we're wrong. Maybe 11 will live, but because of Max's literal physical state right now, she might be the one that ends up dying.
yeah,
I think it's funny that we're talking about who dies though, because I remember an article where they were talking to the Duffer Brothers about death theories, and they were like, guys, we're not fucking Game of Thrones.
yeah.
Like we're we're not gonna
Well,
act, and they make a valid point there, but I feel
well,
like
they asked Eddie.
classic, but classic '80s movie, a main character doesn't die until at the end, and it's usually Blaze of Glory. Like
yeah,
they're gonna save the day.
yeah. But I mean, I just have this feeling that when everything is said and done, because of everything that's going on, I just have a big feeling that like there's gonna be there's gonna be absolute casualties. I feel like Levin's gonna die. Vecna, of course, is gonna die. I feel like Mike's gonna die. Hopper may die.
I was thinking maybe that's what starts the chain reaction is if Vecna kills Harper,
Yeah.
it's on site for 11.
Yeah,
Like that would
exactly.
supercharge her enough to
Yeah.
kill his
Yes.
ass
Yeah.
and suck all that shit back down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like that would be her complete breaking point.
And then you
That
have
would
your
be
Star Wars moment where he's like, "I'm your father."
oh
Little,
man.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, fuck it ain't. I don't want to live. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's all my fault.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day that and Steve may die. I mean, he's
Oh,
almost died like 18 fucking times. Um,
This is true.
but I feel like when everything's said and done, I think Michael'll still be alive. I think Lucas will still be alive. Dustin will still be alive. The sister will still be alive. Um, Mike's brother, I can't think of what his name is. Jonathan.
yeah,
I think he'll still be
yeah,
alive.
man,
I think Argyle. I don't even know if
yeah.
he'll be in the next season. You know what I mean?
Fucking pizza poppy, dude.
Um, I think that Robin, the lesbian chick, I think she'll survive. But I think like Max may wake up at the end. Like if she's stuck in Vecna's head, they kill Vecna and like get rid of the upside down. That she may come back to her body or
Yep.
whatever. You
You
know?
just see her sitting there with dude, and he's holding her, and she wakes up,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
like, "It's over,"
Hmm.
because she could see it if she's in his mind.
Yeah. I have a feeling that, and there's been like concept art. Like I dropped a thing in and I'll copy it and I'll drop it into the general here, where like, okay, they more or less kind of destroyed Vecna's body, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what if Will becomes the fucking
Oh,
what if he becomes the fucking the
god
the
damn.
the catalyst, the fucking vessel for Vecna, you know? Don't
Yeah,
want to be a
because he
vessel,
was like, I
Vecna
can still
vessel.
feel him, and Eleven's not saying she feels him,
Yeah, right.
but Will like, oh, that
Yeah,
would
he's
be
on some
fucked
weird
up.
shit. Yeah. So,
Dude, that's pretty crazy.
yeah, right. So, like, I feel, and like I said, they're not Game of Thrones, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, like, there's going to have to be some casualties in order to, like, clear all this shit out and to get the fucking,
There's still one last little bit of growth that the team needs, and that's going to be the loss of a comrade.
I would
yeah,
rather have that than just cop it out and be like, everyone's happy now. It's like,
yeah,
no, this is pretty serious. I mean, the
yeah,
upside down is now coming to the world.
yeah, it's
When you see
breached.
that shit falling and the
Yeah,
flowers dying, it's like, rut-row.
yeah.
That's not good.
So, I don't know how they're going to get out of doing it without major, like not major, but some casualties in this whole situation, man. So,
I'm
but I
excited
mean,
for it.
I think at the end of the day, like it's going to be fucked up. Like everything's going to be fucked up. Everybody's going to be fucked up that survives. It's like, did they really win? Because how fucked up are these people going to be? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
What's like
So,
Eddie was one of my favorite characters of this season.
yeah,
And like I hated that he died, but it was a little bittersweet.
yeah,
How he was like, I
there's,
didn't fucking run, dude. I stood my ground
yeah,
this time. This is my year. And
yeah,
it was like, oh, he did. He stood his ground. But
yeah,
like Corey said the other night that the Duffer brothers had said that those bats can't kill you.
yeah.
So,
And,
you
and
know,
also like Vecna's always had a lackey. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like in
Oh, yeah.
D&D lore, there's always been a right hand of Vecna, and
Could be
there's
Eddie.
rumors there's rumors that Eddie's gonna become Vecna's right hand, and if he does, then,
Oh,
like
that would fuck Dustin up, dude.
yeah, I know, right? But, like, what if he's like, it's one of those things, like, he becomes the right hand of Vecna, he's doing all this fucked up shit, but then he comes to his
He fights
senses in the
back.
moment, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
that whole trope
He doesn't
happens, you
run.
know? Yeah, he doesn't run, dude. That Master of Puppets shit was
Oh
so
my
goddamn
god.
cool. It was, and he was really
Well,
playing that shit.
well,
He
what I
did,
really
Trap. Did you
liked,
know that? He really played that.
well, what I really liked about that too was there were moments where, or like at the beginning, I loved how you just heard the raw him playing it, and then you slowly heard a pan. It faded into the actual song.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
Max is running through the house.
yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was really that was cool.
It
That was
was so
cool.
well done. But yeah, he fucking actually played that shit, and then they'd add additional because they changed the solo up a little bit.
hmm
Like he apparently he played some of the solo, but also Trujillo's kid, the bass player
Uh-huh.
for Metallica, his kid came in and did some lead work on it, like some of the off-screen lead work. I was like, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Kinda went full circle, you know? But they used, the 4 Horsemen in season 2, I think it was. I watched this thing where, like, the producers went to Metallica and was like, "Hey, we wanna use Master of Puppets. This is what it's gonna be for. This is the scene. This is what it means. This is the symbolism," and all this kinda stuff, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, of course," because they were fans of the show.
Yeah.
They contacted Metallica to use the 4 Horsemen, and, they were like, "Yeah, they can fucking use whatever they want." You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking Stranger Things, you know? Like, so that's
Well,
cool, man.
I mean, a lot of people, a lot of younger kids that are, well, not younger kids, a lot of teenagers that are watching Stranger Things. They're that was somebody's first taste of metal.
Oh, yeah, for sure,
You
Dude,
know
that
what I
was
man.
a
mean? So,
lot of
and
people's first taste of Kate Bush.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
That
oh, for
song
sure.
charted in the top
So,
10 on the
S
billboards.
so
so
did
with
Master of Puppets for the first time ever hit 100 or in the top
Wow.
100. Yeah,
so I mean, you know, people are, those artists weren't crazy. They knew what type of promotion they'd get.
yeah,
Never mind being a fan, and I'm sure they would have been like, "Nah," if it wasn't the right fit. But at the same time, coming at him with like, "Hey, here's how we're doing a take on this, and we feel like this song lines up perfect."
I
yeah.
saw where Kate Bush, she still owns the rights to her music. She never sold them
Mhm.
off or anything. So off of the streaming plays alone, she made like $1.3 million, I think.
I mean, that's a
Alone.
good little haul.
Yeah.
I'd say.
That's a chunk of change, man, for your work.
They always do really good job with the music on the show. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
considering the current trend of like retro stuff is cool again.
yeah, the 80s.
Yeah, man, the '80s, that like it's cool to see a lot of artists getting a second win.
It is.
Yeah.
Because that that very seldom happens.
But yeah, I fucking love that season, man.
I could watch it again.
Yeah. I kinda wanna go back and rewatch all of it, you
Yeah, right. I
know?
might do that if they drop, because
Well,
from
here's
what they're saying, we're looking at a 2 to 3 year gap here.
so the
So
one of the questions I still have though is what about the other kid that was free and walking around? What becomes of that kid? Is there something that I've forgotten?
talking about her sister that she was hanging out with.
Mm-hmm.
What was that girl's name? Remember the one? Remember the last season? I mean, they just don't mention. They just
Um,
didn't mention her. Y'all remember the last season? The one she goes off and dresses like a punk rock kid.
oh,
And
yeah, yeah,
something with a K. It started with a K, I think. But
I think, but
yeah,
she was number 2. I think she was like 2 or 6 or some weird number.
so they never
yeah,
mentioned her, and you don't see her in those flashbacks.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay,
Yeah, what? I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Just an abandoned plot thread, maybe.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't see those guys doing that. We might see her later.
no.
She's still out there. But there's other people that are still out there. It's got to be, right?
Yeah,
For sure.
so
But
fucking good.
yeah, Stranger Things is still slapping, man.
Yeah. And I mean, they're gonna do one more season and end it, and that's gonna be it's really
All
cool,
she
man.
wrote.
Yeah. Really, really cool. Speaking of Stranger Things, I went and watched Thor: Love and Thunder, by the way, and
Was it a movie?
it was okay. I didn't like it as much as Ragnarok, but it was okay.
That seems to be the consensus, man.
There's just and we'll talk about it, of course, when it comes on the pod and everything, but, like,
It's
so
m
many so
it's
many
made
missed opportunities.
it's made me wanna pump the brakes on going to the theater.
Well, here's what I will say.
Does it still look as good as as the trailer presents it, though? Is it still
Yeah,
visually
that that's
pretty
what I was
fucking
that's what I
off the
was gonna
rails?
that's what I was gonna say. Like, if you're interested in watching it at all, I would definitely go to the theaters and check it out because the design of everything, like, when they show up and that black and white sequence happens, it is fucking incredible. And, like, just it looks good. It looked really fucking good. Like,
Is it w
it was
it sounds very, I feel like it's lost its meaning for sure at this point now. But does it look comic book as fuck?
they do have a lot of sequences that, yes,
Or
that looks
just
comic
like
book as fuck.
colors pop, they're
Yeah,
doing ridiculous shit in absurd places, like
yeah.
shit's because like here's my thing, I'm waiting for full on space fight with Thor where he's just in space fighting. Fuck it at this point.
Well, they do that a little bit, but, like, here's one thing that's not gonna ruin anything that like, should show you the fucking links they're going to. So, they're, like, trying to navigate space, right?
Yeah.
And the way that they navigate space is they did something in the movie and they got these goats, and they
Well, like in the
turned
Do they
trailer
stare
where
at them?
we see like the sleigh and everything.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, some trailer shit. It's all
yeah.
good.
They hook Stormbreaker up to it and makes
Yeah.
a rainbow road from
So
Mario Kart.
so it can channel the Bifrost.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Which
they
I mean,
use
it showed that. I mean, you saw it getting shot out of the weapons. I think at one point it even has Molnar and Stormbreaker doing that.
yeah, yeah. So, like, them moving through space with these goats, like, hooked to this fucking boat, like, it's just
Yeah.
so over the top. Like, there's li like I said, and these goats scream, like,
Did you go see it, Adam?
Uh-uh.
it's but like I said,
They
it wasn't
scream.
they scream like humans.
What?
They're like these weird space goats. Yeah.
What?
Spokes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And, like,
Okay.
yeah, they're from this planet where they were hit Thor and the Guardians were helping them do this shit, and that was their payment was these 2 goats, and then, like, of course, they put them on the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy ship, and they're fucking massive. They're like the size of Clydesdales. They're fucking huge, and they're just in the ship, and they're just screaming like regular people. It's so fucking ridiculous, man. Um, but
That sounds
there was
hilarious.
yeah, the funny stuff was good. Here's what I will say, like, um, I feel like Gore was a great fucking villain. I feel like he could have been utilized in a better way. I also feel like the reasoning for Lady Thor makes sense, but there's some things about that that don't really make a whole lot of sense.
Did they explore any kind of hostility between them over the hammer?
What they did was, it wasn't hostility. What it was like Thor basically was treating the old hammer, Mjolnir, like an
I saw that
ex-girlfriend.
clip where he's like
Yeah.
trying to grab at it, and then the new hammer comes up, and he's like, "What? I was just trying to."
Yeah,
I was like,
it floats
it
up,
looks at
yeah,
him like he was cheating on it. Like I
yeah.
was just
So
seeing if
that's
I.
yeah. So that's how they handle that. They use comedy to kinda handle that situation,
Did it have
which is
as much
fine.
comedy as Ragnarok?
Yes, it almost
Okay,
had too much comedy.
okay.
to an extent. Like, it was funny, and the parts that were funny, but it was one of those situations where, like, and it's kind of a trope now where,
Yeah.
like, Marvel movies get super serious, and then they try to cut the tension with comedy, which is like, it's okay to do that, but every time that there's a serious moment that happens, and they steer away from it a little bit in Thor, but they also, like, amplify it to a degree too. So some of the things are supposed to come off as, like, comedic, but the tone isn't right, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but if you're interested in it, definitely check it out. There's some missed opportunities here, especially, like, it has to do with Gore, the God Butcher, that is, like, killing gods, right? We know that from the trailer. He's, like, traveling around, and he's doing his gore shit. Perfect opportunity to introduce Moon Knight. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, perfect opportunity to have all of that shit happen with Moon Knight and the fucking, Egyptian gods and everything, because they're still gods, you know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah.
still so, just stuff like, that's one of the minor things, but like I said, we'll get into it a little bit more um, whenever we're able to do it on the pod, but, uh, still liked it better than Captain Marvel. Um
Mhm.
Didn't like it as much as Ragnarok. I thought, like, out of the new releases, I would say Spider-Man's the best, Doctor Strange, and then Thor: Love and Thunder. So, but speaking of Stranger Things and Thor: God of Thunder, or God of Thunder, Love and Thunder, Taika Waititi was really annoyed at Stranger Things for using Kate Bush's music. So, although plenty of people have
Uh,
discovered the music of Kate Bush through season 4 of
well,
Stranger Things. Oh, go ahead.
I think I was having some technical difficulties, man.
Oh, okay. But,
And like so back with back with Gore the God
yeah, you're breaking up
Yeah, we
real.
can't hear you.
Yeah, it's getting real hairy, Trav.
with
You're cutting out.
hold on, let me reconnect. Hello, testing.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So with Gore the God Butcher and going with what you said about Marvel having their comedic formula to break tension, was there a lot of moments where they could have went there with Gore, but it kind of like the comedic aspect kind of maybe didn't work?
Um, well, it's that situation where, like, Gore was 100% villain. Like, he an insane person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, crazy.
Was
Um,
was Christian Bale good as the character?
dude, I like whenever I think of Christian Bell as a villain, I don't really consider Patrick Bateman as a villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of how that anyway. But, like, he played a fucking phenomenal villain. Like, he looked like Uncle Fester, like, but he was just so fucking mean. Like, eh, he would have been an incredible, like, if they were gonna stop Thor at Ragnarok and they wanted to build Thor to a major Thor villain, they could have used Gore and made it 3 movies long, like, have him be the overall villain of the 3 movies, and it would have been fucking incredible. Like, they developed that character so well, in my opinion, and with what they did with him, and the performance was fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It's just there was some things, man. Like, if they would have had him go balls out, like, the way that, and it'll make more sense, but if they would have had him go balls out on his mission and just destroy fucking everything, he would have been a Thanos level villain, you know? And, like, the way that he handles himself, the way that he walks, you know how Christian Bale is. He's all fucking, "I'll fucking wreck your lights, dude." You know how he is.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
he's yeah, he comes up with, like, not only the speaking and the mannerisms, but the walk and all that stuff. He becomes this character, and it's really well done. He does a great job. One of the he one of the best villains that we've had in Marvel in a while, I'd say. So, but yeah, Taika Waititi is pissed. He's annoyed because Taika Waititi couldn't help but point out the inclusion of running up that hill in the Netflix hit has ruined it for him. As a longtime fan of Bush,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Waititi is well aware that there are many people who now claim to know Kate Bush's work when all they know is one song. This is this is what he said. You mean how they ruined Kate Bush? I love that show, but as someone who feels a real ownership of Kate Bush music, I'm really annoyed. I've I've become one of those old assholes who's like, these kids never listen to Kate Bush. They've heard one song on a TV show. They don't know Kate Bush. I know Kate Bush.
That's called gatekeeping. I mean, he
Well,
don't
he was
own it. You know what
nah,
I'm saying? Like,
he was gonna use the song in Thor.
but then the same thing would have happened.
Exactly, right.
I mean, he's just mad that they did it before him.
Yeah.
Because people would have heard it in Thor and be like, what's that song?
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
I don't think he's being serious though, you know?
Yeah, he's probably just fucking
I think he's
mucking
just
about.
poking fun at the fact that like Stranger Things beat him to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like how did he know that they licensed that song for
probably.
Stranger Things?
Could probably, if he
Um
looked into licensing, he could
yeah.
probably see that it had been licensed for that. And he's like, fuck, I can't put that in there that
Yeah.
close to
It's
that. Like,
fucking Stranger Things. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
everybody's going to watch that shit,
Yeah. Because the last 2 episodes came out for what, 4th of July weekend?
Yeah.
And then Thor came out the next weekend. So yeah.
It's funny that he had the idea to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Great minds, dude. Oh, speaking of the Duffer Brothers, Trav, have you heard the news about their new production company?
No.
Okay, so the Duffer Brothers are they've created a production company, and it's called Upside Down Productions, I think.
Something like
It's
that.
yeah. So they are, of course, they're going to finish out Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here it says the Duffer Brothers announced production company, Upside Down Pictures. So, according to the Duffer Brothers, Upside Down Pictures will aim to create the kind of stories that inspired the Duffers growing up, stories that take place at the beautiful crossroads where ordinary meets the extraordinary and where big spectacle coexists with intimate character work, where heart wins out over cynicism. The Duffer Brothers and Netflix also announced their growing slate of projects in active development. An all new live action television adaptation of the renowned Japanese manga and anime series Death Note, an original series from creators Jeffrey Addison and Matthews, which did Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, a series adaptation of Stephen King and Peter Straub's The Talisman, alongside Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment and Paramount Television, to be created by Curtis Gwynn, a new stage play set within the world and mythology of Stranger Things, produced by prolific and multi award winning producers Sonia Friedman and Stephen Daldry, and Netflix. Oh, Sonia Friedman, Stephen Daldry, and Netflix. Daldry will also direct. 21 Laps serves as associate producer. A live action Stranger Things spin-off series based on an original idea by the Duffer Brothers was Upside Down and 21 Laps producing. The Duffer Brothers most recently released fourth season of their hit Netflix series Stranger Things, which they wrote, directed, and executive produced. Stranger Things 4 is now number one on Netflix all-time most popular English TV list with an astounding 1.15 billion hours viewed in its first 28 days. Only the second series to cross the billion-hour viewing mark, with the final tally expecting to be higher as Volume 2 reaches the 28-day viewing period. Third season released in 2019 still holds at number 3. Stranger Things 4 record breaking highlights include it was the biggest premiere weekend ever for an English language TV show on Netflix with 286.79 million hours viewed. Hit number one on the top 10 lists in 91 countries for first for English TV series. Became the most viewed season of English language television in a single week on Netflix with a staggering 335 million hours viewed. And it entered the most popular list at number three with 621.80 million hours viewed just 10 days after its premiere, setting yet another record as the fastest English language series to break into the most popular list. So they've got a new production company. They're going to be doing The Talisman, a series for The Talisman.
Hell yeah.
And it makes sense because he was reading that to Max in the hospital room.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was reading it to Max. So we have that to look forward to, Trav.
That's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I remember a movie. I remember there was a short film movie pitch for The Talisman. It's somewhere on YouTube. It was pretty cool. It
uh,
I I can't. It was back during the really speculative period of Ron Howard supposedly developing the Dark Tower movie at the time,
yeah,
and it was a little bit of like, hey, well, if they can do that, they can do this, that type of thing.
right. So speaking of Stephen King here, Gary Doberman's Salem Lot delayed to 2023. So, Doberman is providing fans with a new take on Salem's Lot, an adaptation of the King novel of the same name. The book, released in 75, was King's second published novel. Plot follows writer named Ben Mears, so we already know that. There's been several adaptations, including a miniseries, a TV miniseries
A
starring
minute to
David
this.
Soul, 87 film, A Return to Salem's Lot starring Michael Moriarty, and a 2004 miniseries titled Salem's Lot starring Rob Lowe. It's been nearly 2 decades since we've seen a new iteration. So this is what he had to say about it. That's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what I thought, which is why I said, "Hey, can we make a movie of this?" Because we haven't seen that in a really long time, and they should be terrifying, and the novel's terrifying, and it's great to work on. I can't wait to bring it to the big screen. We've seen it on the smaller screen, and it's going to be awesome on the big screen. So the new date is April the 21st of 2023, but there's also other films that got delayed. Last Train in New York, the upcoming remake of the 2016 hit Train to Busan, was recently removed from Warner Brothers Pictures' release schedule. For now, it's unknown whether the film will be delayed indefinitely or scrapped altogether. I say scrap it and just release
Mhm.
Train to Busan in the US. Doberman
Yes,
also,
yes.
yeah, Doberman wrote Last Train to New York and has yet to share an update on the project. Throughout 2022, big blockbuster films have been delayed to accommodate the post production crew and allocate more time for visual effects. Recently, Marvel has been under scrutiny for their reportedly low pay for visual effects artists and incomplete CGI seen in Thor: Love and Thunder and several other films. A few films which have new dates include Indiana Jones 5, which is June the 30th of 2023, John Wick 4, March 24th, 2023, The Marvels, July 28th of 2023, and Wonka on December the 15th of 2023. So yeah,
Were you able
so
to were you able to tell some of the CGI being wonky in Love and Thunder?
no, I mean, dude, there's so much shit going on. Like, there's so much stuff going on that if they skimped out on some CGI for something in the background, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you can't really tell anything about that, you know?
Yeah. Just curious.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure, it'll get out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it'll get memed to hell and back.
Yeah.
So Mr. Doberman there wrote that Swamp Thing series
Hmm.
that like didn't totally air, right?
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
He's only
Now I've
directed
heard
one thing. And then if he directs this one, that'll be his second one. But he's wrote a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Now I've heard that Swamp Thing revival that was like one season long. I've heard it's actually very, very good.
Well, it's kind of like that Constantine. You know, I thought that Constantine series was fucking incredible, but there just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough viewership.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was on CW, the Swamp Thing. So that's like,
yeah, and like it's Swamp Thing, dude. Like that's one of those properties where it's like the diehard fans are going to come out for it, but the diehard fans are going to be small. It's going to be a smaller fandom,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So Stephen Yen joins Robert Pattinson in Bong Joon-ho's sci-fi movie. So ahead of the premiere of Jordan Peele's new movie Nope, star Stephen Yen has just been cast in another acclaimed filmmaker's sci-fi movie. Per Deadline, Yen has joined the cast of Bong Joon-ho's next film based on the Edward Ashton novel Mickey 7. This reunites the actor with Bong, who previously directed the film Okja, I think that's how you pronounce it. Aksha, which featured Yen in the lead role. The Mickey 7 adaptation also stars Pattinson, Naomi Aki, Mark Ruffalo, and Tony Colletti. Ugh. It's not clear if the movie will retain the Mickey 7 name as the film is currently untitled. What's known is that the adaptation is written and directed by Bong. Filmmaker is also producing under his off screen banner alongside all these other people. Plot details on the Mickey 7 movie adaptation haven't been divulged. It is presumed that the story of the novel heavily inspires the events of the movie, but it's also expected that Bong will be taking some creative liberties, and there could be some key differences with the story's transition to the big screen. With that said, you can get a basic idea of the film below. So Mickey 7 is an expendable, a disposable employee on a human expedition sent to colonize the ice world Niflheim. Niflheim. Whenever there's a mission that's too dangerous, even suicidal, the crew turns to Mickey. After one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated with most of its memories intact. Mickey signed on to escape from both bad debts and boredom on Midgard. After 6 deaths, Mickey 7 understands the terms of his deal and why it was the only colonial position unfilled when he took it. When he goes missing and is presumed dead at the hands of the deadly indigenous creatures, Mickey 8 reports for duty, and their troubles really begin. So that sounds interesting. It's kind of like Moon, you know?
yeah, what it sounds like.
Yeah, so but yeah, that's cool. I'm excited to see Nope. I like
Oh, yeah.
Steven Yen. This is fucking Robbie Pat coming back at us, you know,
Yeah,
with
dude, he's been
Ruffalo.
blowing up after that. Yen, after that. Remember that movie? It was like 2020 where he was the Korean farmer in the 80s?
Yeah, dude,
Dude,
that A24 flick.
it got
Yeah.
like 270 something nominations.
Yeah.
He's just been
Yeah.
blowing up since then.
Yeah.
Like, welcome
I
back,
I
Glenn. You know,
I want to watch that too. I've heard so many good
my
things.
grandparents watched it. My grandfather was like, that movie was really good. Like,
Oh,
and he don't
okay.
normally, because
Yeah.
it's probably a little on the sappy side,
Yeah.
but he was like, it was really
Definitely.
good. I was like,
Definitely
okay.
super serious. Yeah. All right. All right. I hear you.
Oh, I'll know it.
Yeah. Last up here, we got some sad news, Trav. I don't know if you heard about this or not. James Caan died.
Like what?
Yeah, dude. It is with great sadness that we inform you of the passing of Jimmy on the evening of July the 6th. Family appreciates the outpouring of love and heartfelt condolences and asks that you continue to respect their privacy during this difficult time.
That's rough, man.
What an icon.
I
Misery,
mean,
dude.
fucking
The
Godfather.
Godfather, yeah.
I mean, when you
The list
look up
goes on, dude.
yeah, when you look up this dude's fucking work, like what he did in his life, man, it's fucking incredible, man.
Fucking Dick Tracy.
137 credits, man. I mean, and it just goes on and on and on.
We're talking
But
bangers too.
yeah, The Gambler, Godfather 2, 1941, Thief, Alien Nation, Honeymoon in Vegas, Bottle Rocket. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember him in that. Bulletproof, Mickey Blue Eyes.
Old Hollywood, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
A real actor.
yeah. And he's one of those people that every time he popped up, you knew. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You knew that this shit's gonna be crazy. I forgot he did that movie Undercover Grandpa. It's like a kids movie, but still though.
Yeah.
That was in 2017, kicking ass, you know?
Or Kicking Wing.
Yeah.
They did an
Kick,
episode of the Alfred Hitchcock Hour. That's fucking.
yeah, big
That's a
time.
crazy credit to have, dude. That you were on.
Yeah,
You got directed by Alfred Hitchcock. That's
right. He started working in 61, man, doing TV series.
Hollywood royalty right there, man.
Yeah. Sad day, man. I mean, he was born in 40, so he was 82. He lived a life, man.
Big bucket of win.
Yeah. He lived a life. He'll be missed.
Light a candle.
Yeah. Let me get my lighter.
Yeah.
But that's all the movie news that I saw this one. I mean, most of the stuff is like Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, what
Marvel,
does this
Stranger
mean?
Things.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm ready for these damn trailers here. We got some good ones, man. Hopefully. Anyway.
We got Christian Bale here looking pretty rugged.
No.
You want me to try
We're
some?
through. Yeah, we're through professionally, mates.
Yeah.
That's the Christian Bell that I want. You know, that's the Christian Bell that lives in my heart.
All right, I'm ready for Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm ready for this,
You
man.
ready, Trav?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, ovulating. Ovulating.
Amsterdam.
Damn. He looks wild.
Yeah.
It's like a nice little period piece. Oh, shit. Damn. Oh shit! Look at this. What a cast. Taylor Swift. Small role. Huh. Hell yeah.
That looks fucking great, dude. It's coming out soon. She smells so fucking pretty, dude.
I was thinking that, dude. When I was watching Margot Robbie, I was like, when she was walking up, I was like, she smells so fucking pretty. It's funny.
Dude. You already know, man. Great minds, man.
Y'all remember we got the teaser for this?
Yeah,
it was
this
like
is the
them.
vampire shit.
Yeah,
right?
it was like doing some choreography.
Yeah.
From the John Wick people, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right,
I'm
3,
interested.
2, 1, play. I like the plot.
My eyes are closed.
Damn.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
What the fuck? John Wick with vampires?
God damn, dude. That's money right there. Snoop Dogg. I already want to see this.
Yeah.
They don't have to show me anymore.
Oh, it looks outrageous. Uh,
Don't you puke in here. Oh shit, dude. I'm down.
That's coming out soon.
I'm podlocked, gentlemen.
Yeah, right.
And it's coming to Netflix. Shh.
I'm just good to go.
Sign me up for the free trial, you know?
Yeah, right.
Is that Britta? Not Britta. What's the other one? It's a chick from Community, right?
Yeah. I think this has got fucking Aubrey Plaza in it too, maybe. Yeah, it does. Allison Brie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got ASMR really quick.
Smells so fucking.
Oh,
Spin me around. Meat spin it is. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh,
Oh God.
Martucci. There's your girl.
Mm.
Picking up some Spanglish vibes.
Yeah.
Chocolat. She's hoeing her out. Oh. Mhm.
Oh God.
That was Tim. Old time goes to the mayor.
Yeah. It's got a fucking crazy cast. I wasn't expecting to see fucking Jared there.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I was thinking. He's the same guy and everything. Just
yeah, I
his
know.
delivery.
I'm excited about this next one.
We saw like a teaser or something for this, right? Long, like a
Yeah.
while back. It was like a short clip.
Yeah. It's got John Boyega and Viola Davis in it.
Let's peep it.
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Damn. Hi, it's a benya, you know?
Yeah, right. Mm.
Is this Wakanda? I'm picking up some Black Panther vibes.
I know, right?
We have a weapon. The women. I can smell the stones. Damn, that's the How to Get Away with Murder lady.
Yeah.
No. Damn.
Might be alright.
Looks
You know
epic,
what I'm
man.
saying? Yeah, right.
Only thing it's missing is on fucking all knew it.
Yeah.
You know that Zulu movie?
The size of a tangerine.
All knew it.
Fall.
I've seen a clip of this.
This got fucking JDM in it, dude.
Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yeah. Well,
You
we
better
got
not lean
ourselves a
on that fucking
bad
tower, you know?
Yeah,
So
right.
Negan leaning in the corner, just
Negan leaning. I like that.
all right. 3, 2, 1, play. In a world
where
Fuck
all the
this.
holes are in all the mountains.
Fuck this, dude. I'm not climbing shit.
cut the rope. Too late now. No. Go back down. Oh, no. Are they going to get stuck up? Is the ladder going to fall? I mean, hell no. To the no, no, no. This is why they don't allow people to climb. There's no shot that's that tall. My anxiety won't let me watch this. This is
Yeah, right.
no. She's like, our bag's down there with the water in it. I'm gonna be like, we're gonna have to drink pee.
Yeah.
I would just jump.
Yeah.
Look
Fuck
at
that. I'm good.
torture.
I don't like heights. I don't
No.
like being on unstable surfaces.
I
My
want to
ass
do
ain't about
ladders.
like, dude. w- When I look at a fucking wall, like a rock wall, my first instinct is not. You know what I want to do? I want to drive spikes into the side of that and climb them. You
Uh,
know, there's just nothing that propels me forward that makes me want to fucking climb anything.
Yeah.
I don't even want to climb out of my bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
mean,
mean, fuck,
Is this
fuck
real?
that. I think so. I peeped a little bit of it and it looked real.
This fucking came out of nowhere. All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Mm-hmm.
So are they redoing the story or is this just some like other?
This is like prequel stuff, I think.
Okay. It looks like Lord of the Rings. Remember the comet in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Hmm.
That looks great.
Yeah.
Fuck carrying that shit back. I guess she's a hobbit.
I think so, maybe.
Before the fellowship. Before the ring. Oh. A new legend begins. The legend of Bagger Vance.
Fucking Bagger Vance shows up. He's like, "The fuck am I doing here, man? I ain't about no elves and fucking trolls and shit."
Got another Aubrey Plaza.
I mean, I had to drop them in here. I mean, okay, I'm ready.
All right,
Trying to
3, 2, 1, play. Get your
trying
heart
to get
rate down.
prepared. Yeah, dude. I want to experience it too. What? Mm.
Like a box cutter on her neck, dude. She'd be bleeding. That shit was pushed in way too far. Never seen her do something like this.
No. I mean, I'd go all the way if she let me. Oh, smells so pretty. The last movie stars: Ethan Hawke, George Clooney.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. HBO Max. Damn.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Wow.
cool. I like how they make it sound like it's on a tape.
Yeah.
Well, fucking cool hand Luke, man. Looks pretty cool.
I kind of want to check that out, dude.
I bet that's gonna be good.
Oh, what is this?
It's a documentary.
Is it a smear campaign?
Mm, mm,
Whatever it is, it's unprecedented.
yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. He had a thing covering his water. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I thought that was interesting.
I would have
A
said,
lot of
can we talk a minute about 2,000 Mules? Okay. You know, great documentary.
So this next trailer it's coming to HBO. This is the first film that's ever been filmed in full
What?
VR. Full VR. Yeah.
Interested?
Yeah, right. That's why I dropped it in here. I saw an article about it and I'm like, fuck the article. We're gonna watch the trailer. you know? So yeah.
Clever. All right, let's peep it. You could be anything in VR, dude.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. I need to get a VR headset, dude. I would reign supreme. I would get banned.
Yeah, me too.
Not hardware. I mean, hardware and IP. Like MAC
Yeah.
address ban. They're like, get that guy out of here. He can't come back. That is a cool idea, though, to do that. Like, this is what our future looks like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I might have to peep that.
Yeah. The moment we've all been waiting for, guys.
The main attraction.
The main attraction.
It's funny. I pull this up. Fat Man Beyond's live right now.
Ooh. Oh my.
Real estate was here, Kev.
Yeah. Have you seen this, Trav?
No.
Ooh. Okay. I've watched it like 6 times.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
I mean, dude.
Oh shit.
Full circle, dude.
I'm
That
so
looked good.
excited. Yeah.
What a
I'm so
great idea,
excited.
man.
Yeah.
And it's been there right in front of his face all these years.
Yeah, right. I mean, dude, you know,
Yeah.
it's going to be fucking incredible. We looked up the dates. That first run of dates is not going to be anywhere nearby.
Damn.
But
Yeah, he's taking it on the road like he did Jay and Bob.
yeah. But the next set of dates.
I mean, that got him his money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it'll come near. There's no way
for
he doesn't.
sure.
Like, he'll have to come to Atlanta at least.
Yeah.
If not
Or
Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but see, the beauty of it, like, he's already got all the contacts for all the fucking theaters that he visited.
Yeah, exactly,
like,
right?
He knows where they're at.
Yeah.
Well, that tour is booked already. You know,
they're going to announce
probably literally.
Yeah. They're going to announce the second set of dates during Comic-Con. During Comic-Con. So, and that's towards the end of this month, I think maybe next week or two. So I'm excited.
Yeah. I really like the plot. Like,
Yeah,
it's such a
right.
great idea. Like,
So fucking Randall's gonna make a movie about them working at the Quick Stop.
yeah.
This is what I said that I thought would be interesting, Trav. So Dante Randall, especially Randall's based off of Brian Johnson, he was in Comic Book Man, he does Tell Him Steve Dave and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of like fucked their relationship up a little bit because Brian Johnson wanted to play that character.
Well, it's him.
Yeah, exactly.
But him
He
and
wanted
Kevin
to
were like, they weren't talking at the time. Something had happened.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where Jeff Anderson came in and he got the part. How great would it be if he got Walt and Brian to play Dante and Randall in the
Dude,
Like they get
you
the
know what?
part.
Yeah,
Full
like
circle,
bring it
dude.
full circle. Yeah, yeah. Because Jay and Bob will be there, of course, Jay and Bob. And I mean, that would bring the entire View Askew universe. Like, if this is the last View Askew universe film, it
It's
would make
perfect.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make total sense, dude.
I think Corey said that not too long ago, Walt had a goatee.
Yeah.
And he never, I mean, he don't do that. That's not him. So
Yeah.
makes you wonder.
Well, and they were, hanging out a lot together in Red
They
Bank,
were, and they took a
Leonardo.
break.
Yeah, so
That'll be
who
awesome.
knows?
Hopefully Q shows up too.
Oh, Ming's in the trailer. He's one of the guys playing hockey. He's on the poster and everything.
Awesome.
So, yeah. I'm sure Zapzik will show up at some point. Rick Darris, It's gonna be fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, yeet.
Yeah. So well,
Chip and Dale.
is that what we got next week?
Rangers. Yeah, finally.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, y'all gonna like it, dude.
I'm excited.
I watched it when it dropped, but I'm gonna watch it again because it's, like they did it. They did it. Like they've done all these others.
did
Yeah.
they lean
Same
into it
formula.
really
Oh
good?
yeah, dude. Same formula.
Hell yeah, dude. So we got Chip and Dale. I mean, I don't know what show. I mean, it's coming up soon, but I might try to catch up on some things. I haven't watched any of the boys. I haven't watched the second season of fucking
Gemstones.
Gemstones. I need to get up on that. Devs, that's something that I'd like to watch. I just,
Oh,
I wish.
I've been watching The Boys finally,
Mhm.
and I'll put it this way, Griffin. You'll go, why haven't I watched this
Well, I've been
already?
trying to get y'all to watch it
Yeah.
Yeah.
since it came
I
out. Like
know.
I was like, the boys, dude. I'm telling you, it's good.
Fantastic, man. I've been enjoying it. I've gotten caught up in a week.
Throughout almost 3 seasons.
Damn.
Because we're at the ass end of the third one now.
It hasn't. I haven't had something pull me in like that in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much shit, man. It's
I know.
fucking stupid. There's just not enough time, you
No.
know? And like What We Do in the Shadows starts back soon. Our Flag Means Death. Want to watch that?
Yeah.
It's just so much, man. I need to take a month off. You
Just
know what I
watch
mean?
everything.
Yeah, just catch up on everything,
Dude, what's funny is you take a month off, 2 weeks later, you're like, well, I've watched everything.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Because when you binge,
legit.
dude,
Yeah.
it goes down. Like,
Yeah. I'm a fucking binge fiend. I don't stop.
no.
That's like so Sunday night, I watched that next to last episode of Stranger Things. It was like an hour and 20 minutes. And then I'm like, I could go to bed right now. Or I ended up watching like an hour of the next episode. And then when I came I was like, I got to go to bed. If I don't go to bed, like
Yeah.
this was right before the Eddie shit happened. You know what I mean? Like they were like gearing everything up for that final fight, and I was like, if once it starts, I'm not going to want to stop it. You know?
No.
So I had to stop it there, and I finished it when I came in Monday. But yeah, I guess we sent a letter out, right?
Yeah. Checks in the mail, dude.